Hey everyone, Carlton here. And I wanted to ask this question. Why do women fall for prisoners? Why would somebody who have everything going for them decide to get in a relationship with a man in prison? I just that just blows my mind. I don't understand it at all. There's so many men out here that you could have a relationship with, and you choose to go in a relationship with a criminal. So let me tell you where this arises. I was watching a case about um, Michaela Crawford. It's a 34-year-old lady, and she was a prison officer. And she met a guy who was locked up, and I got his name. His name is Carl, and she met him in the prison, right, doing her job, and she decides to get in a relationship with him. So she gave him a cell phone, which is against the law, gives him a cell phone and was communicating with him back and forth. And while she was communicating with him, she was telling him she can get in trouble for what she did, for giving him the phone. She can get locked up and all of that. Now, this lady has a good career. She has a 10-year-old son, and she's a single mother that she's taking care of. And she's risking her son's well-being because obviously if she goes to jail because of what she's doing, he's going to have to go to other family members or foster care or something like that. So she's risking that. Then she's risking her job, right? She's going to get fired if she gets found out. And she did. She did get found out. They searched his cell. They found the cell phone. They traced it back to her. And that's how the case got opened. And I'm wondering, why the hell would she go and do that? Now, she was arrested, brought to court, and she's crying and begging the judge. And she's saying she's the only guardian and breadwinner for her 10-year-old son. And I'm like, why the hell didn't you think about that when you were thinking about dating a prisoner? But the judge took it easy on her and he did not give her any jail time. So she got off scotch free. And on the grand scale, I've seen this happen many, many, many times where women start to date men in prison. And what's so alarming about this is that not just these guys are in prison. A lot of these guys are in prison for murder. You hear that word, murder, rape, assault, you name it. These guys are in prison for some bad things. And these women want to be with bad boys, right? And when they get in trouble, then they want to start crying and begging and pleading. I don't understand the appeal. If I was a woman, there's no way possible I would even be close to anybody that's criminal. Even somebody's not criminal, they saying certain things, they act in a certain way, they're using the B word, and they're behaving aggressive. I wouldn't even want to be with somebody like that, much less somebody in prison. Now, men usually, we do not try to date women in prison. That usually doesn't happen. Um, but I think that they should never mix the sexes. Like men's prison should only have men guards, and women's prison should only have women guards. They should never mix it because when you put someone in power, right, of the opposite sex, you're just asking for trouble. Like at the women's prison, the men are gonna try to manipulate the woman, right? Bring her things so he can get sexual favors. So, both sexes do it, but women wanna marry these men. they want they want to marry a murderer and a prison. And I've seen many women get killed, right? They date these guys in prison, and sometimes these guys come out of prison, and the guy end up killing them. I actually saw two cases at the same prison where two women were killed by two different prisoners in the same prison, a couple of months apart, because they were going there for conjugal visits, staying overnight in the prison, and a conjugal visit should never be a thing. Prisoners should never get that privilege. I don't care where it is or what they do. They should never be allowed privacy to have to have sexual relations with their wife. Like, why would they even marry somebody in prison? These women, something is wrong with them. They got some mental defect or something like that. Like, how many men you see going and marry women in prison? That's I'm not saying it don't happen. I'm saying it's rare. When you talk about women, you remember Jeffrey Dahmer and all these murderers. You know how much love letters these guys were getting in prison. You know how many women were falling all over for these guys. These guys were raping and killing people. I know women. I've seen cases where women they brought guys into their house while having children there, female children. And these guys were accused of rape and all of that. But these women are so blinded by looks and a bad boy and all of that that they put themselves at risk, they put their kids at risk, and they put their whole family at risk and their future at risk. I've seen women go to jail for years, for life, because they got involved with a man of low moral character. So tell me what you think about this topic. Do you know anyone who have done this? And if you're a woman, please explain to me, why do so many women, and this is not an isolated case, this happens a lot. Why do so many women choose to date men who are in prison? It just baffles me. Anyway, thanks for watching. My name is Carlton, and I'll see you in the next video.